Hello and happy Sunday, everybody. Oh, and it's almost Memorial Day. Tomorrow is Memorial Day. So thank you to all of our past veterans, veterans and people who served in the past. Anyway, as I stumble over my words, I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Today is Sunday, May the 24th. This is chat number 174, and it is titled Raise a Glass. So that could be an interesting one, right? Raise a glass. So who's already attended a meeting and knows what that's about? But today is May the 24th. Hello and happy Sunday. Again, I am Kelly and I welcome you here. If you are brand new with us, please give us a shout out. Please do say hi and hello. Hello, Lynn. And Lynn, I saw you today, but it took me 20 minutes to get on. So yeah, so sorry. I missed most of that meeting this afternoon. But hello, Lynn. Hello, Carol Lou. Hi, Katie. Hello, Barbara Barbara is at Milton Hill Campground. Awesome. I know where she's at. Hello, Kim. Hello, Kim. Hi, Sandy. Oh, and thank you. Casey did this. She gave me Alyssa braids yesterday. Hi, my Christy. Hello, Shirley Ann. Thank you. These are Alyssa braids. Alyssa and I had matching hair this weekend. Hello, Janice. Hi, Kimberly. Hello, Sandra from Dingman's Ferry. So hello and happy Sunday. It is, again, Sunday, what do I keep saying April? May the 24th. I have a problem with my months. Anyway, Sunday, May the 24th. Hello, Tag. Hello, Mary Ann from Pennsylvania. Hello, Trish. And Trish, were you on the Zoom meeting today? The one that I was 20 minutes late for because I couldn't get on. Hello, Betty. Hello, Rosie. Hello, Sandy from Northeastern Kansas. And if you're new and you're wondering what all this hi and helloing is about, just say hi and hello. I promise people will say hi back. I will anyway. Hello, Sherry. Hello, Roberta. And if you're brand new, let us know. Hello, Joyce. If you're brand new, let us know because we would love to welcome you. If you're watching this later on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. Hold on a second. Okay, John popped in. He has Alyssa right now, and he said, just saying hi from Mickey's Clubhouse. So it sounds to me like they're watching Mickey's Clubhouse until I get home. So hello, John and Alyssa. Hello, Peanut. Hello, Sandra. Sandra, these are the same nails as last week, but shh, don't tell anybody. They're the tie-dye ones, but they still looked so good I wanted to keep them. So hello, Sandra. Hello, Laura. Hi, Vicky from St. Louis. Hello, Michelle. Hi, Terry. Hello, Alicia. And yes, happy Memorial Day weekend. Hello, Sylvia from Canada. Hello, Karen. Hi, Marlene. Hello, Elaine. But if you're watching this later on YouTube, if you don't want to see all the highs and hellos, why would you not? Anyway, no need to complain. Just go ahead and grab your little scroll bar and drag it over to about 10 minutes because that's when it kind of dies down. And aloha, Kathy. Hello, I've got back-to-back Kathys. Hello, another Kathy from Ohio. Yeah, and she couldn't get on the meeting earlier today, so Zoom had some issues today. Hello, Sherry from Connecticut. Hi, Leslie from Ontario, Canada. So is Canada celebrating something special this weekend since we are here in the United States? Oh, and apparently Peanut said hi. Apparently Alyssa said, hello, everybody. She said hello during the 10 minutes that I got to attend the Zoom meeting today. But anyway, Zoom was having the app was having some major issues today. Hello, Sherry from Iowa. Hello, Lisa from New Hampshire. And Lisa is a newbie, so everybody welcome. Everybody welcome, Lisa. Yeah, and Lynn, I didn't really leave early. It just kept knocking me off. Zoom kept knocking me off. So, sorry. We were trying to say hello to you. Yep, everybody welcome Lisa. Awesome. Great. Yep. Oh, I know. I was just kidding. Okay, Canada ladies, I was just kidding. I didn't know if y'all were just joining in the fun, because we're, celebrating yet something else. Hello, Teresa from Kentucky. We celebrate stuff like all the time. The United States, this one's a good one. I mean, this is a good reason to celebrate. This is not some of those lame holidays that we celebrate. This one's a good holiday. This one's a good one. Yep. Okay, great. Okay, everybody is welcoming Lisa. So again, today is May the 24th. May the 24th. Tomorrow is Memorial Day in the United States. So happy Memorial Day, everybody. I am Kelly with IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Been a wild week. It has been a wild week. Hello, Marlene from Florida. So we're going to talk about the quarantine 15 results in the second half of our chat. So you're just going to have to sit tight for the through the first 30 minutes and just hang in there because I'm not going to talk about it until the second half. And I had some really good questions. So if you think of any questions that you have about the quarantine 15 restart and how that went, you can start asking them now. It would help me a lot if you start asking them in the second half so I don't have to scroll back through and find them. But let us get started so that we have plenty of time to talk about everything. But keep saying hi and hello. We love to welcome you, especially right now since we can't see anybody in person, or since we can't see a lot of people in person. It's killing me. Like when people come into the showroom, I'm having to put my oh wait, sorry, hold on a second. Trish said it was a tech problem with WW. Really, it was WW? I was sure that it was Zoom because I got right in when I actually logged in. When I actually went into like the not just from the app, when I went into Zoom itself and logged in. Anyway, okay, well maybe WW and the Zoom app weren't talking today. Okay, so hello Loretta. Yeah, totally forgot what I was gonna say. Anyway, whatever it was. Oh, new people, say hello. Let us know that you're there. We would love to say hi and hello, but I've been having trouble here in the showroom. I'm having to sort of kind of keep my hands in my pockets so I don't, touch anybody or shake their hand. We are, practicing safe shopping, instead of safe, I'm not going to say because this is a PG show, but anyway, instead of safe other things, we are practicing safe shopping in our showroom. Hello, Kathy, and thank you, Loretta. This is Alyssa hair. So Alyssa and I had matching hair today, or this last night and this morning. Okay, so everybody keep welcoming each other. I am going to start talking. I'll try to catch back up if I miss anybody. Hello, Evie. Yep, hello, Evie. Sorry, I had to get out and see yours. Yours looked really small for some reason. So this is chat number 174. It's entitled Raise a Glass, which can mean a lot of things. But last week, I want to know who last week. Now let's see, last week was Mother's Day. It was Mother's Day week. So who last week attended a Zoom meeting? If you attended a Zoom workshop, give me a thumbs up. And look, I remember to do it up instead of this way, since they go like this. I remember to do it like this. So who attended a Zoom workshop last week? Yeah, give me some thumbs ups. And if you're new, we do thumbs ups to let me know something, to let me know you need attention, just to say hi, whatever. So thumbs ups if you attended a Zoom workshop last week, and a heart if you attended here with us live last week, or if you did both. If you did both, let's see some hearts. So Alicia did both. So Alicia's got hearts and thumbs ups. Rosie's got thumbs ups. Sandy's all thumbs ups. Lynn is both, and Lynn tried to go to more than one meeting. And if you had trouble with Zoom, you can go ahead and count it. You can go ahead and count it. Sandra's both, and Trish is both. Loretta's hearts all the way. That is awesome. And Kim is both. So last week was a real snooze fest. Just kidding. But seriously, we chatted about the importance of catching up on some Z's for your health. So your emotional well-being, your health, it plays a vital role in your weight management. So we talked all things sleep last week. And sleep is such an important topic that that was the third time. That was the third time that we have talked about it in a year. So in a year, and I think it was chats number like 36 and 136. It's in last week's notes. You can go back and find that. But sleep is such an important topic that this is the third time that we've talked about it in like a year. So, and hello, Sandra from Naperville. So I know people think, oh, I can do without it, or I'm young, I don't need as much. I'm older, I don't need as much. That is true. Not everybody needs the same amount of sleep a night. John used to do really, really, really well, running on 3 and 4 hours of sleep a night for days at a time. I mean, he would be fine. I would have been sick if I had done that, but he would be fine. And then he would crash and he would need to sleep, for a whole day. That happens sometimes. And, oh no, Loretta says she tried her sister's heavy blanket and boy, did she sleep, and she's got to get herself one. That is awesome. Yeah. So Kathy, I'm sorry about that. You might have to go out and come back in because Kathy's having trouble with connectivity. So you might have to go out and come back in. But anyway, so we talked everything sleep last week. In the two chats that were before that one, we talked about ways to get some more sleep, like turning your alarm clock around backwards, maybe reading or doing something to wind down before bed instead of being on electronics before you go to bed. But it was really all about sleeping well. And if you remember, and I'll show you again. So on your WW app, if you have let your app update, then you have a new sleep tracker on there. And so you just go to here where it says new sleep tracker and then touch that. and you can go here and you can track your sleep. So they are really encouraging us to to track our sleep because it is important. It is an important part of our of our weight management. So instead of just saying how a few people did, we had so many people. We had so many people that did their homework last week. So many people were serious about this and took it seriously. The hashtag sleep well, that I just listed everybody that I could find that did their homework last week. So for the homework last week, you were supposed to hashtag sleep well and tag me, of course, in it, and take a screenshot of just one time out of the whole week that you tracked your sleep. Now, I hope you all tracked it more than the one time, but these people tracked it at least one time. Rosie, Kathy with a Y, Sandra, Alicia, Kim, Mary H, Mary W, Haley, Tabitha, Sylvia, Sherry with an IE, Sherry with a Y, Janice, Barbara, Kathy with an IE, Lynn, Sandra, hold on a second, I left one off, Sandra, Michelle with one L, Carol Lou, Star, and Trish. All of those people tracked it. And Kathy with an IE, her name's on here. She tracked it all week long. Did anybody track it all week long? Anybody do it more than the one time? Really, my ploy was to try and get you back into your tracker because so many of us have not even been looking. Hello, Suzette from South Carolina. And don't forget, if you're new, let us know because we would love to welcome you. But did anybody, so my plot and my plan was to try and get you back into your tracker or back into your apps because a lot of us had not been getting in them, let's just say. Oh, good. And it looks like Michelle tracked all week. Joyce tracked all week. Alicia did. Got some hands ups. Got some thumbs ups. Yep. Lynn did it all week. Janice did it all week. I did too. So as part of my quarantine 15 restart, I tracked my sleep every single night. And I really got more sleep than I thought I would. It was at least 6 hours every night. So I was kind of surprised. Who got a blue dot? So who got a blue dot for tracking your sleep? And Teresa is on her Garmin, and she did not enter it on WW. You can go back and enter it on there. Hello, Lacey. Yep, and Janice has been tracking everything all week. Awesome. Rosie, Trish, Marianne, good job. Good job. Okay, so bravo to everybody who attended a meeting last week, who attended a workshop last week, a Zoom workshop, or here. Hello, Lisa. So you all get your bravo stickers, and for everybody that did their homework, all of these ladies and everybody else who did it and just did not tag me, good job. Bravo stickers all the way around. And Lynn did get a blue dot. Yeah. And Joyce, yeah, there is a blue dot for sleep. As if we didn't have enough reasons to try and get a blue dot. Okay, so bravo, ladies, you nailed it. You all did a great job. I couldn't believe there was this many of you all, so I just had to write you down. I couldn't write down your time because there were so many of you, so many of them. Okay, and yes, Rosie, for tracking your sleep. You can get a blue dot for tracking your sleep. Okay, this week, though, the chat is number 174. And again, today is May the 24th. And it is chat number 174, which I find ironic. But anyway, 74, 24, 74, whatever. But it's raise a glass. So raise a glass. Raise your hand. So raise your hand, give me a thumbs up. Hello, Melissa. Raise your hand, give me a thumbs up, something. If you've ever been dehydrated. So who has ever been dehydrated? Even if it wasn't from being in an outside activity, who's ever just been like, a quart low, a little dry, Ooh, Lisa went to Oprah's meeting yesterday. Ooh, we're in the presence of royalty. Awesome. Okay, so already seeing tons of thumbs ups. I think we've all been dehydrated before, yeah. So Janice, Alicia, Teresa, all hands ups. Lynn, yeah. Yep, I think we've all been dehydrated before. Trish. So dehydration, the effects from dehydration can range from just from something as simple as a dry mouth, dry lips. It can give you a headache. I know I get a bad headache. I can tell, but it's already too late by then. I can tell if I haven't had enough to drink that day because I will get a super, super bad headache, and it's right here. It's just right here. But by the time I get that, it's too late. And so, I'm having to do something. Oh, And Trish went to Oprah's meeting too. Gosh, wow. Y'all pretty special. Y'all are awesome. And Kathy watched it. Okay. So anyway, wish I got to go to Oprah's meeting. But anyway, so dry mouth, headaches, mood change. It can actually change your mood. Leg cramps. Teresa is exactly right. Yeah, leg cramps can be super bad if you don't get enough, if you're not getting enough fluid, or if you're dehydrated. It can cause a mood change and a lack of concentration. So all the husbands out there, which I think there's one right now, but all the husbands out there, the next time your wife is moody and can't think, whatever, you should ask her if she's gotten all of her water in today. So, okay. Staying dehydrated. But, staying dehydrated does more than keep you from hitting the lip balm. So that's a standing joke in our family that if we, hello Tabitha, that's a standing joke in our family is that if you go to the hospital on a trip, the first item on everybody's list is chapstick. We all, I don't know, it's just our family, we just all have to have lip balm. But staying hydrated keeps you, helps to keep you from hitting more than just from hitting the lip balm. Blah, blah, blah. Many medications have to have. Oh, and she said, Marlene says that Oprah's meeting is online this month every Saturday. Awesome. I'll have to try and visit this Saturday. But anyway, many medications require a full glass of water for them to help them metabolize, to help them process in your system, correctly. If you've taken one of those before, it has, it'll have on the bottle to drink with plenty of liquids. So a lot of medications need plenty, like especially Mucinex. If you live in East Tennessee and you're suffering from allergies right now, Mucinex, if you do not drink, something like that, if you do not drink enough fluids, it just won't work. So that's one reason to get plenty of hydration. Getting plenty of fluids can help you feel fuller because it takes up space in your tummy. It keeps you from, a lot of times when you're thirsty, when you think that you're hungry, you're really just thirsty, and if you'll get something to drink, it can help with that. It can help you digest your food. You need, all of the cells in your body are made of mostly of water. So all of the cells in your body, all of the membranes in your body, there are fluids constantly passing back and forth, and they're passing electrolytes back and forth. And so for you to digest your food, for your cells to work properly, for all of that, you need plenty of liquids. It helps you exercise longer and harder. Just don't overheat. So don't drink so many liquids that you accidentally overheat. But getting plenty of fluids can help you exercise, longer and harder. And let's be honest, all that extra running to the bathroom, when you drink enough water, you might be getting in some extra steps. So I don't know if that's true or not, but you might be getting in some, some extra steps. So this week we are talking all things raise a glass, all things fluids. And if you are a current WW member, you have eTools, if you have online, they had a great printable this week. Of course, we had our weekly, and you can print these right now because we're all online right now, all of us. So they had a great article this last week, and it was 6 tips to lower the smart points in your favorite drink. So fluid, hello Orlinda Debbie. So fluid, so being hydrated doesn't have to just mean water. I know a lot of people don't like just water. I happen to like water. I like plain water. I actually prefer, if I'm going to drink water, I actually prefer just room temperature water over cold water. Now that's if it's just water. If a lot of other things I do want it to be cold, but if it's just plain water, I am A-okay. And this is my left hand. I am A-okay. Hello, Sylvia. Oh, and Sylvia's at the ballpark, so she'll have to watch later. Have fun. And hello, Vicky. But I'm fine with, with just, I don't know, just room temperature water. But a lot of people don't like water, or, it's summertime. You're going to be having some other things. So this was a great article with 6 tips to lower the smart points in your favorite drink. So they had 3 fast facts. Staying hydrated is pretty crucial to your body. Dehydration can lead to issues like headaches. Told you. Oh, and Jamie says that's how she drinks hers too. It can, and hello Jamie. It can lead to headaches and seriously impact your mood and your concentration. We don't get the same feeling of being full from drinking as we do from eating, since we're not chewing. So keep that in mind as you're choosing, point things that have, fluids, liquids that have points values. And just like food, every drink has a smart points based value, because it could impact your weight and your health. Excuse me. So the 6 tips were: be mindful of what you put in your coffee or tea. You know, creamers and sugars, we've had people in our group before. We actually had a girl in our, that was in our group for, I don't know, just a few months before she moved. And she was shocked at how many points that she had in her, morning coffee. And I mean, it was a lot. And so literally, I think all she did the first couple of weeks was just cut out her coffee, and she lost weight. But you can get things like, you know, in your coffee, you can get sugar-free syrups. They have them at Starbucks. I know you can get these for at home. Like this one I got from Petal Java, you know, my favorite coffee people, but they have them at, oh yeah, and Orlando Debbie's exactly right. Being dehydrated can actually cause you to retain fluid, which can make you seem like you're weighing more. But you can get sugar-free syrups a lot of different places. A lot of people have been using things like the Premier Protein as the milk or the cream in their coffee, and as a protein. So I've been using this in my cold brew because I've been making Petal Java cold brew, and today I made Petal Java XXX cold brew. It's XXX espresso. It's pretty yummy stuff. But so people have been using things like Premier Protein. This is only 2 smart points, and this could be the sweetener, the creamer, the milk, the creaminess, you know, and it's only 2 smart points, and you get 30 grams of protein. So I think that's pretty smart. Number 2 was focus on savvy swap. So if you like something that's sugar sweetened, you know, or has a lot of points, like sweet tea in the South has a lot of points, you know, if you can swap out something for, you know, for less, or like I know a lot of people that can't do unsweet. I love unsweet tea, but I know a lot of people down here can't do unsweet tea, so they do half and half. So they even go to McDonald's and ask for half and half tea, so half sweet and half unsweet tea, just to do something to cut those points. It's okay to think that plain water is boring, so adding some fruit, you know, can be a great idea. You're not drinking the fruit, so you don't have to count it, and it's flavoring the water. And I think it's hilarious that some of them are floating and some of them are not. Don't really know why. But anyway, hello Sandra from Naperville, Illinois. Michelle says vanilla Premier Protein and skinny syrups. That sounds good. So you can use cucumbers. Cucumbers and mint are actually really good. I didn't think it would be good, but it is very good. But you can put lots of things in your water, you know, lots of things to keep it, you know, I don't know, just to kind of liven it up a little bit. And then you need to decide if a higher smart points drink is really worth it. So if it's something that you really, really want, plan it. Just plan it into your day. Number 5 is take baby steps. So start scaling back on which drinks aren't worth it. You know, like, so maybe you want to cut back a little bit on your coffee. Thank you, Susie. So maybe you want to cut back a little bit on your coffee, but you're not quite ready to give up your afternoon soft drink, which down here it's all Coke. It doesn't matter what you're drinking, no matter if it's Pepsi, RC, doesn't matter what it is, it's all Coke here. But anyway, so take baby steps, you know, maybe next time, you know, I know some people, let's see, Haley in our physical group, which I just now realized I miss her, but anyway, Haley in our physical group was keeping little baby bottles. I'm pretty sure it was Haley keeping little baby bottles of her favorite, like not baby bottles, like tiny size bottles of her favorite soft drink, so that she could have one every once in a while, you know, she didn't feel deprived. And we had another girl doing that. I cannot think who that was, but and Lynn says it's Coke there too. And track your water in the WW app. So do not forget to track your water in the WW app. So I know, yes, Alyssa and I are twinning our hairdos today. So Alyssa thought that it would be funny, and she actually, I think, held still to get hers done this time. So when you go to the water, when you are tracking your meals, you go right here to the water tracker, and you can change the size. So you can change the size of the fluid. So like I have mine set to 8 ounces at a time. That way, because when I first get up in the morning, I drink 8 ounces of water before I make my coffee. So I don't know, I've got mine set on 8. If you are consuming a larger, like if you've got a 16 ounce bottle or a 32 ounce cup or something, you can change the serving size on the water so that when you hit the plus sign, it'll do whatever that is. I have mine set to 8 ounces. So when it's time to do the next one, you just hit the little plus sign. Did you see the little fun bloop? So I didn't track 2 of them so that I could do it for you. Here it goes again. Bloop. Yeah, and it makes a little whoop, you know, when it goes up. So there's lots of fun ways to track your water. There's a thing called Plant Nanny that you can use that some of the girls in our physical workshop were using, and one of them was really sad because her plant died. She didn't water it enough, and it died. And hello, Stacy. Oh, and Kathy, you didn't know you could do that? Yeah. Oh, yes, you can change it. Yep. Yep, and Sylvia didn't know. Yeah, you can change the size. So, because see, like I do, again, because I'm drinking smaller, you know, portions at a time. So I don't mind hitting it, you know, 7 or 8 times a day. Okay, so those were the 8 tips. Don't forget to print this out. If you are having trouble printing this out, please message us later. Don't add it on the, don't add it here in the group because it takes me forever to get back to this. So everybody's saying, where did you add that? Okay, so where did I change the water? So here on your water feature, and I'll try to get close enough to show you, if you touch water, it says water tracker on, and then underneath it says serving size. And so like right now, mine's on 8 fluid ounces, and you can make it 8, 12, 17, 20, 24, and 32. So those must be popular cup sizes or something. But I keep mine on 8 because, again, I don't mind hitting it, you know, 6 or 8 times a day. Okay, so your homework, because I definitely want to talk about the Quarantine 15 restart. I want to take the whole 30 minutes in the second half to talk about that. But be sure and print this out. If you're having trouble printing this out, let me know. Message me some other way. Or ask somebody on here, but do go ahead and print these, you know, print this out because it's got some great ideas on it. But your homework for this week is hashtag raise a glass. We're just going to go ahead and call it the same thing that the chat was, but it's hashtag raise a glass. And I want you to show me your favorite way to take some beverage and make it lower points. So like it could be your morning coffee and you're going to make it, you know, you're going to make it lower points, or you're going to take a favorite drink from somewhere else. Maybe it's a margarita. Maybe it's your favorite beer concoction. I don't drink, so I don't know if you make concoctions out of beer, but just something, you know, iced tea, whatever it is. So it's hashtag raise a glass. Show me your favorite, you know, things, your favorite beverage that you've made into a low point. And obviously this one was already 0. So, la la. Alyssa says la la instead of ta-da. La la. I've already made my favorite 0 point drink, water. I've made it even better, and it's still 0 points. But don't forget to tag me. So just show me your favorite beverage, make it lower points. Show us what, you know, show us what you're doing. Tag me on Instagram. It's at IfYouHaveAnEgg. Tag me here on the Facebook page, the @ IfYouHaveAnEgg. Tag me on Connect. It is at ScrapNStamp2, ScrapNStamp, and the number 2. Or tag me in our closed group, just at Kelly Green Milligan, and by the time you get the green in, it'll pull me up. Or you can comment like Rosie has been really good about. You can comment on YouTube. It's just youtube.com, search IfYouHaveAnEgg, and Rosie has been commenting on the videos, and I do really appreciate that. Or you can comment on the blog, IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. Okay, so don't forget to do your homework. Tag me in it. I'd love to give you a shout out next week and talk to you about your homework. So I would love to do that. Okay. So all of that, and I rushed through it so that I could take a big sip and we could take a break in between this and the second half. The second half. Oh, and someone would like us to know that outdoor cushions are under $100. That's great, but we're in the middle of a chat anyway. And I don't know why I would pay $100 for an outdoor cushion anyway. Okay. Anyway, so the extra credit is all about the Quarantine 15 recap. Yeah, and you're going to want to hang around for that one. So let's all take a break and drink our water. And don't forget, if you drink your water, go back and track it in your WW app. I just showed you how to track it, and I just showed you how to change the serving size on your fluid. And actually, water isn't the only thing that counts as water. I only count water on there because I'm trying to push the water, but you can count your coffee, you can count your tea, pretty much, I mean, anything that's liquid, you could count if you wanted to, but I'm only tracking water because I'm trying to get in more water. So quick break before the second half. Drink your water, everybody. And it's so good with the fruit in it. So I can for sure taste the blueberries and a little bit of pineapple. So good. Looks like Janice is having trouble finding the weeklies. You have to be logged onto a computer to be able to print them out. And Orlando Debbie just said the exact same thing. So, Orlando Debbie, great minds think alike. You have to be on a laptop or a desktop to be able to print them out. So, okay. This is part 2. We are back. This is part 2 of chat number, I forgot the number, chat number 174, Raise a Glass. And in the first part, we were talking about fluids, about hydration, why it's important. And we're talking about tracking water. And in the second half, the extra credit portion, we are going to get the recap on how my week went with the Quarantine 15 restart. So, I asked you all what questions you had, and I got technically 8 or 10 questions. I don't remember how many it is. You all can ask more questions here, and I will answer as many of them as I can as time permits. But the first thing everyone wanted to know is, why was I doing it? So why was I doing the Quarantine 15, and why was it called the Quarantine 15? So I did not make up that name. That is a standing joke that I've been seeing on Instagram for at least a month, maybe 2 months. I'm sorry, hold on a second. Kelly, do you eat your fruit after you finish your water? Lisa, honestly, I leave it in there so long that usually the fruit's pretty bleh by the time I get done. So sometimes yes and sometimes no. And if I've frozen it first before I put it in the water, it's usually pretty not pretty by the time I get done. So I normally do not. Okay. Anyway, so Quarantine 15, not something that I made up. I've been seeing it on Instagram for a long time. Thought it was funny in the beginning because, like I told you all last week, the first month of and our state was not on quarantine. We were under safer at home, and it just was an advisory to they were just asking people to please stay at home. So we didn't have to stay home. It was a matter of choice, but we were trying to limit, how many places we went and who went, how many places. So we went ahead and closed the showroom for a month so that I was the only person exposed to everybody. Now, really, we shut it down so that, really so that we could limit it. So I only did curbside service. I limited, what people could come in, and I really tried to do everything, by virtual. And because lunch is my hardest meal of the day, it is so hard for me to find time to eat lunch during the day, and it really causes problems later in the day. I did really well that first month. So for the first month, that first month that I was here by myself, I actually lost 2 pounds. And I was like, yeah, no problem. I got a handle on this. Even though, and Lisa said it's like the freshman 15 in college. Exactly. I don't know what it is about the number 15. I don't know why pounds like to hang out in sets of 3 5s, or sets of 5s. But anyway, so, but I was doing really well that first month. Thought I had, hang of it, whatever. Had this down. I was not happy about the fact that Karen and I were not getting to walk because we could not go where we needed to go and be together, to walk. So I was pretty perturbed about that. But then when everybody came back to work, I don't know what happened. And thank you, Debbie, for helping her. I don't know what happened, but those 2 pounds came back, and they brought 3 friends with them. So I have technically gained 5 pounds during the quarantine, Quarantine 15, I technically gained 5, but I had already gained 10 pounds, from the last 2 years of my parents being sick. So that had kind of creeped on. But that's a lot of stress, a lot of long-term stress, not a lot of sleep. Still, sleep is very important. But so that's where my 15 came from. So my quarantine was only 5. But another 10 had crept on. So I went ahead and called it the Quarantine 15, and I jumped on that Quarantine 15 bandwagon. And I had noticed my foot was starting to hurt again. I have, how do you pronounce it? Plantar fasciitis, whatever, in one foot. And if I get above a certain weight, it starts hurting. I had noticed that. I felt bloated. I was uncomfortable. And the top of one of my feet was burning. I don't know what that was about, but the top of one of my feet was burning. I don't know, I just didn't feel good. I felt sludgy or something. And again, felt kind of run down because we were not walking as much. So that was why I did it. What did I do? It's going to take the whole middle part of this. And this is where your questions come in. So what did I do? The first thing I did, the very first thing I did, and if you're going to be successful in a quarantine 15, the very first thing that you're going to do is, I think I had to, was enlist the help of everyone around me. So I had to tell John, look, I'm not going to be eating with you this week for the next 7 days. Unless you want to eat what I'm eating, I'm not eating with you for the next 7 days. I had to tell everybody at work, love you, but don't bring me any food. That looks delicious. No, thank you. You're going out to eat? No. The only thing that I accepted from out to eat, Casey got me a diet lemonade one day. That's the only thing I accepted, from somebody going out. Is I did ask her, actually, I didn't just accept it. I said, please, can I have a diet lemonade? Can I have a diet lemonade? So that's the only thing that I accepted from the outside world. So I just had to tell everybody that's in contact with me during the day, don't bring me any food, don't give me any food, don't tempt me with anything, don't get your feelings hurt when I tell you no, or if I tell you no, thank you. And the funny thing is, they really didn't push me on it. And I know that was probably hard for John because since we've spent so much time together this last month, or that whole first month, we got to where, every Saturday we were eating the same thing together. We were eating a lot of our meals together, which we've not been able to do a lot of over the last few years just because he had traveled so much for work. So I know that was hard for people, but that was the first thing I did, was enlist the help of everyone that I know. The second thing I did was I decided, okay, how am I going to tackle this? So I'm going to go out this hard and heavy for 7 days. And I mean hard and heavy for 7 days. And when I tell you what I had, you're gonna understand. So I wasn't planning on doing this for what I did for the quarantine 15. I was not planning on doing this exact thing for the rest of my life, some modified version of it. But I was going to go at it hard to get myself, back in it, for 7 days. And I committed to 7 days, and I stuck to 7 days. So I tracked every day for 7 days. I tracked every single thing that went in my mouth. I only had, 3 snacks the whole time, 2 different nights. I had popcorn. I cooked one thing of Skinny Pop, and I had half of it one night and half of it the next night because I was just a little extra hungry those days. And then another night I made an air fryer baked apple, which if you don't know how to make baked apples in your air fryer, we do have a chat for that. We've got a recipe for that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. It's just under baked apples, but they're in the air fryer. Super easy and so fast. Like I bake them when I'm taking a shower. But I had that with just a tiny bit of light Cool Whip. So I stuck to it all 7 days, and I tracked all 7 days. So I tracked all meals all 7 days. I tracked all my water all 7 days. I drank so much water that it didn't matter if a customer was here or not. When I had to go, I had to go. So, because I drank so much water, and I'm talking water. I did drink other fluids, but I drank so much water. I also made a commitment to myself to limit the amount of meat that I ate during that 7 days. There is nothing wrong with meat. I just know me. I know me. If I am, and hello, Haley. Ooh, Haley just got back from walking 1.5 miles with the dogs. Awesome. But anyway, I know me. If I eat a lot of meat, that's when I start to feel bloated. If I eat a lot of sugar, I start to feel bloated. So I limited how much meat I had. And hello, Shantae. But I limited how much meat I had. I did not add any salt to anything. I used only, if I spiced something, I used only Dax salt-free, MSG-free spices. I limited how much processed food I had. I had rice just one night because I needed to bulk it up even more. And I only ate processed food twice. And the processed food was bread, was white wheat bread because I had a sandwich 2 times. But Loretta says, that's probably why you look glowing this week. It's all the water and all the plant food. It could also be the fact that I had the top back and got a little bit of sun the last couple of days. But anyway, it's certainly not the windblown gray hair. That's not doing it. But thank you, Loretta. But anyway, so really limited the meat. But I didn't fill in with a lot of soy either. Not a lot. A little, but not a lot. And very limited processed foods. Did not eat out at all. Not at all. Ate no fast food. Had the one diet lemonade from Chick-fil-A. That's the only fast food that I had all week. So if you are able to do that, I recommend it. You know, when people talk about going on a fast or a detox or something like that, I'm telling you, a fast food fast or a fast food detox, it's one of the best. It's really seriously one of the best. I don't care what good quality the fast food is, it's still called fast food for a reason. So doing a fast food cleanse or a salt cleanse, you know, it can be really good for you. Okay, so the things that I did do, I did make sure that I got at least 6 hours of sleep every single night. I did make sure that I got some form of exercise every day. If Karen and I were not walking that day, then I did when we talk about doing, you know, countertop push-ups, I did my marching in place. I did squats, you know, I did something. So every single day I did some form of exercise. I did get to walk 3 different times. We walked pretty far when we walked. But so I did do that. I did consume at least 3 cups of vegetables and 3 cups of vegetables and at least 1 cup of fruit every single day. So that's at least 6 servings of vegetables, at least 6 vegetables, and at least 2 servings of fruit every single day. So I did not bring my hashtag bulk it up sign. I need to bring that down here, but every day. So talk about bulking it up. It was bulked up. So you'll see if you go back through and watch the Insta stories, and I'm going to put all of those into one video. But if you go back and watch it, you will see what enormous portions of vegetables I was eating. So if it was a plate or a bowl or whatever it was, at least 2/3 of it was vegetables or fruit. So at least 2/3 of it. Okay, so those are things that I did. I did stick with it. Everybody cooperated. John was on his best behavior. He did not whine or cry. And if you're there, love you. He didn't whine or cry or squawk. Alyssa thought it was great. She has eaten more apples this week, more clementines this week. She has a new love for watermelon. We didn't even know that she would eat it. And I thought, I'll give it a try, because the store had sliced already in triangles. And Marianne listened to it and she lost 2.2 pounds this week. Awesome. But we handed her a watermelon triangle, and she kind of looked at it like, what is this? And then like a little bunny, she nibbled on the corner, and then, so I think all together in a week and a half or so, she's had like 3 triangles, and I bought us some more for tomorrow, because tomorrow's my day to have her. But so those are some of the things that I did do. Before I tell you how I did, and again, I'm going to have I'm going to write all this down. I'm going to, this is going to be a separate blog post. It's going to have the daily menu written out, or I may just do the screenshot of where I tracked it in WW, just to save some time. But that will be a blog post coming later in this week. And I did a little snippet every single day. I had one day, it was like day number 3, I think. Day number 3, the middle of the day was a bust. It was like a normal day that I was used to here in the showroom. I love my customers. I love you all. But when y'all stack up and up and up and up and up and up and up, I got to breathe for a minute. I have to take a little break. So I think it was day number 3. We literally, from 5:30 that morning, because I got here at 5:30 in the morning so I could get here before everybody else. From 5:30 in the morning until I think it was 4 o'clock in the afternoon, I had not had, I had breakfast that day, but I had nothing in between. Nothing. That was the only day that I was like, I don't know, and started kind of looking around. What do we have to eat? What would be the easiest thing to grab? And Bobby did restock the peanut butter and crackers upstairs. Thank God she put them upstairs. Thank goodness she put them upstairs. So I managed to stay down here and not go get any, but that was the only day that I really struggled. Lisa just wanted to know, how many points did I get and which plan did I pick? Honestly, the way I was eating, I probably should have, and thank you, Vicki. The way I was eating, I probably should have switched to purple. So I really was kind of on purple, but I stayed on green. And so I only used 14 or 15 points every day. So I had a ton of rollovers every single day. I didn't use them though. I just stuck with the 14 or 15 every day. I could have switched to purple, but I wanted to see how many it was green. So I stuck with green. Okay. But so day 3 was the only bad day. And let me answer a couple others of these questions. So the questions are, Vicky wanted to know what foods, hello Rita. Vicky wanted to know what foods kept me full. So the foods that kept me Vicky wanted to know. So the foods that kept me the most full were things with protein in them. So yogurt, I had yogurt almost every day. I had either yogurt, or the days that I didn't have yogurt, I had a Premier Protein. So the yogurt is 24-ish grams of protein. I'll have to look that up. Greek yogurt has the most, has way more than regular yogurt. The Premier Protein has 30 grams, or I had something with an egg, some kind of egg in it or something, or I had hummus, something that had a lot of protein. So those were the things that kept me the most full. Again, I drank the water, and notice now, since we're just talking, I've gone into the, hey, we're just talking, leaning onto the countertop. But anyway, so lots to drink, lots and lots and lots and lots and lots to drink, lots to drink. So that helped to keep me full too. My Christy wanted to know if I had any cravings, and if I did I have any of what I craved? So, I don't know, it's weird. Like, I've done this before. When I go on, I'm going to call this an extreme. It's extreme for me, plan. I usually crave weird things. Like years and years and years ago, I did physician's weight loss, which was not a good idea. Don't ever do a plan like that. And I craved wheat thins. This time, I really wanted watermelon, so I went and got watermelon. The having the iced coffee in the morning really hit the spot. I'm serious. So we had Ashley from Petal Java had brought me some Devil's Food cake. She had brought me some Devil's Food coffee, and we made it into cold brew. And I was having that with this, or I had a smoothie. Every morning, and that really kind of satisfied that, I don't know, it kind of satisfied that craving. The 2 days that I needed a little extra something, the day that I completely missed lunch, that's the day that I had rice, and I ate a half of one of those VT things of rice with my vegetables that night, because I knew I was getting ready to be too hungry, and I knew if I got too hungry, I was going to go crazy. So outside of that, I didn't really have any major cravings. And then Loretta wants to know my menu for the day and how I felt after a week. Was I energetic, hungry, and would it be a lifestyle with no meat? So Loretta, my mom was vegan in the last 10 years of her life. So she taught me to have lots and lots and lots of meals without meat. And we used to have a meal a week when my dad was home, where now it wasn't in any way, shape, or form vegetarian or vegan. We would just have one night a week where we had like green beans, mashed potatoes, corn. We would have all vegetables. Even, there was no meat. Trust me, there was plenty of fat in there. But yeah, I feel more energetic. I woke up on my own this morning. Nothing had to wake me up. I've had plenty of energy to run after Alyssa. Not eating a lot of meat always makes my tummy feel better, always. And I will say, so after this 1 week, my foot doesn't hurt anymore. My heel is not hurting at all. And it's only been 7 days. And the top of my foot, oddly enough, is not burning. I hadn't even noticed it until I got ready to put together the results of this week. And then I went, the top of my foot's not hurting. So tummy feels great. Bottom of my foot, my heel is not hurting, and the top of my foot has started hurting. And Barbara didn't have a question. She said she couldn't get it together at all. So she wanted to know how I got it together. I'm serious. Asking for people's help, asking everybody to help me was a huge help, because if John had continued to bring home food, if he'd continued to bring me things, that was going to be hard not to eat them. And when people bring stuff to work, it's hard, not to eat it. Okay. Rosie wants to know, Rosie asked like 4 questions. Actually, Rosie asked like 5 questions, but I'm not answering the last one, and she knows I'm not answering the last one. So the first question was, did you feel snacky during the day? A little bit. So when I felt snacky, I had bananas already washed and prepared, and clementines already washed and prepared. And I picked bananas and clementines because those are easiest to eat here in the showroom. Even if we have customers, I can run by, grab one, eat it, throw the peel away. Nobody seems to mind the smell of bananas. Nobody seems to mind the smell of clementines, you know. So those were my two go-to snacks when I felt snacky in the showroom. Rosie also wanted to know if keeping busy helped me to stay away from the food. Actually, being busy is harder for me with food, Rosie, because I can do fine if I'm okay, let's put it this way. I'm never not busy. So Casey says I'm a top QRSGQ, whatever that test thing is that she gave me yesterday. But, oh yes, and Tabitha, I'm sorry, I'm going to sidetrack. Tabitha says I've been having considerable heel pain recently. Is that plantar fasciitis? Okay, so if it feels like somebody stuck a hot nail through your heel when you first get up, like if you've been sitting for a long time or if you've been asleep and you stand up and it feels like you just stepped on a hot spike, then yes, you don't need to go to a doctor. I can tell you it's plantar fasciitis, and I can also tell you how to heal it. Lose 10 pounds. Lose 10 pounds. Take glucosamine and take ibuprofen until it calms down. There are exercises you can do. Those worked okay. I don't recommend the steroid shot. Didn't work that, or the cortisone shot didn't work that great for me. Losing 10 pounds, glucosamine, ibuprofen. Okay. And you can send me your $70 copay later. Okay. I take all major medical plans. Just kidding. Okay. But anyway, so Rosie, I'm never not busy. Like never not busy. Like when I get home tonight, Alyssa's there waiting on me. So I'm never not busy. Not being busy is usually when I tend to snack. So being busy for me is it's more of a problem because then I don't find time to eat. And if I don't find time to eat, then that's when I start shopping. Okay. In the pantry and in the freezer. Okay. Then Rosie also wants to know, would I have had different results if I didn't have to work and if I had just stayed home? I think I would have been okay. I think I would have still had the same results, and probably have been, for me, might have even been just a teeny tiny bit easier. I know I wouldn't have had day 3 where I didn't eat anything at all. Might have been a little harder for my family not to help me if I had been around them, 24 hours a day. Okay. And Rosie wanted to know if this was a 7-day challenge. Yes, it was a 7-day challenge. And she wants to know, am I going to keep doing the same thing until I lose all 15 pounds? So no, this was an extreme week. And Sylvia said, great discipline, Kelly. I want to say to you what I did this week. It was hard. I don't want y'all to think that this is easy. I don't want y'all to think that something this extreme. And when I post the video and when I post what I ate, you're going to go, geez, I can't live like that. Okay. I can't either for more than 7 days, but I needed to do something to get my behind back in gear. So for 7 days, just 7 days out of my whole life, out of this whole year, even just out of this last 2.5 months, for 7 days, I could stick with this for 7 days. So I did. I do not suggest that anybody go, this far. Okay. Only my mom's the only person I know that could literally have gone from where she was at and made a complete swing in the opposite direction just because, okay, I need to be vegan. Okay, I'll just be vegan. And she literally went vegan the next day. I'm not vegan. I'm not going vegan. I'm not even becoming vegetarian. I still do a lot of non-meat meals. Yeah, see, like Loretta, I do non-meat. Loretta says she does non-meat meals at least 2 days a week just because she's just not a big meat eater. Yeah, I'm just not. I like bacon. I like it occasionally. I don't want it every day. But, I just needed something to kick my behind for a week, just to get me going. So do I plan to do this, to this extreme? And when I post those videos, you'll understand what I'm saying. But to do, to be this extreme, no. A, because John won't eat that way every single day. B, it was hard and it was very time consuming, as we already know. I don't have a whole lot of time. C, it was delicious, but it was expensive. Not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie. The amount of fresh fruits and vegetables that I was consuming, not cheap. I went ahead and bought that many things again for this week because I want to do some modified version of, of this week. I've already got John's buy-in that he's okay if I do a modified version of this week. If he eats with me, great. If he doesn't, he's okay. I don't have, a husband and 5 kids at home. I don't have a lot of little ones running around. I have a little bit better opportunity to do this than some other people. If you have more control over your, I haven't said how I did it. Well, saying kind of sort of how I did. Loretta, no, I did not eat any legumes. No, but this week, one of the recipes I'm making has chickpeas in it. Colleen says, I got here late. How much did you end up losing this week? That's the last thing on this list. That is the last answer on this list. Vicky says she's got to get it back together. Alicia says they do meatless meals on Mondays, and they've done it for 5 years now. That's perfect. Meatless Monday is perfect. T says, changing the diet is really hard. It is very hard. I am not suggesting that you just go wild right off the bat for 7 days. If you can do 7 days, do 7 days. If you can't, do 1 day. Do like Alicia's family and do just meatless Monday. And it's a lot easier to get your family to buy in too if you don't just go cold turkey off of one thing and and onto something else. And again, I'm not saying that meat is the enemy. I'm not saying it at all. For you, it might be something else. For you, it might be bananas. You might, like, I have a friend, she works here. She cannot eat too many bananas. It bloats her belly if she eats too many bananas. So you just got to figure out what your thing is. Sometimes John can't drink milk. He's not lactose intolerant, but sometimes milk just, kind of bloats him up. So he doesn't drink it very often. But you've got to find out what your thing is. Mine is meat. Maybe that's why she decided that being vegan, is the best thing for her. I don't know. If I don't eat a lot of meat, my food digests better. My tummy doesn't feel as bloated. My skin feels better. I'm 52 and 11 somethings. But I have barely any makeup on today. I don't know. My skin feels better when I drink plenty of water and eat barely any meat. Okay. And before I start losing people, so who wants to guess how I did? And don't be crazy with the numbers. I didn't lose 15 pounds. I didn't lose anywhere near 15 pounds, but who wants to guess how I did? So aside from my heel not hurting, the top of my foot is not hurting at all. It was a weird tightness hurt. It doesn't hurt at all. I can walk and breathe freely. The band, look, I can stick my finger in here now. The band on my Apple Watch is looser. So how much do you think? Drum roll. How much do y'all think I lost? Because I did lose weight, but don't go crazy. Okay, Rosie says you're down 5. Pam says 6. Rita says 3. Evie says 4. Carol says 3. Lynn says 3. Melissa, 10. Really? That's a bit much in a week. My Christy says 4.5. Debbie says 5. Sandra says 3.5. Marlene says 4.5. Okay, so 7 days. Sylvia says 6. So 7 days. This is the 7th day. So 7 days. It was pretty extreme. I lost 5.5 pounds. So, Vicky hit it right on the money. So it was 5.5 pounds. So I was tickled to death. Exactly 5.5. Oh, Lisa, I wish it was 8 pounds, but yeah, exactly 5.5. So I was tickled to death. 5.5 pounds is an extreme weight loss. So please don't anybody think, oh, I can lose 5.5 pounds a week. I promise you, I won't lose anywhere near 5 pounds this week. I'm hoping for maybe another pound. Maybe another pound this week. So I have found in the past, so it took me 25 years to get to goal. Thank you, everybody. It took me 25 years to get to goal, or 24 years to get to goal. And I found that the weeks that I lost a lot of weight really fast were the week, I could do it for a little while and then I would gain it back. So I am not planning on being this extreme, going forward. So I want to get back to my slow and steady, because slow and steady, when you do, 0.2 of a pound, and I know people who are losing slow, I know right now you're going, what? I don't want to lose 0.2 of a pound. I'm serious when I say, if I had been happy with all of my 0.2 of a pound, I would have gotten to goal in like 10 years instead of 24 years. Okay. So just listen to me. 10 years instead of 24 years. So now that I've kicked myself back in, I'm kind of, thank you for my Bravo stickers, my Christy, but, and thank you, Lynn. So, you know what I mean? So now that I've kind of kicked it back in and I'm like, okay, so, I'm back in, I'm back on, get over this COVID thing, get that out of your mind, whatever, and get going. Oh, and Haley needs the name of the company for coffee. It's called Pedal Java, Pedaljava, Pedal Java, and it's beans. You go to pedaljava.com/beans. And we started carrying them here at Casey Kitchen Center. So if you go to CaseyKitchenCenter.com, we have some of the flavors, but we already sold out of 2 of them. I'm not going to tell you who bought them, but anyway. But yeah, so 5.5 pounds is a lot, but it was the kickback in, it was the restart week, you know, so I was hoping for 3, I got 5.5, awesome. I'm hoping, you know, for a half of a pound to a pound, you know, next week, and the next week it should be a little bit less and a little bit less and a little bit less, you know, each week. But I am hoping that within, you know, maybe 12 to 15 weeks, fingers crossed, 12 to 15 weeks, that I will be back at goal. So maybe about the time that I get to, you know, that we get to go back to our regular workshops, you know, anyway. And Michelle, the Grandma's Pecan, I think they're supposed to be bringing us some Tuesday. So I'm super excited about it. The what is it? Granny's pecan pie or something like that. Okay. So anyway, okay, so I promise I will make this into a blog post. I promise I will put the video all together so that y'all can see it. I will put the whole meal plan together. It may not be typed out really pretty. It might be just screenshots of where I tracked, just because that would be a huge amount of tracking. And yes, Vicky's exactly right. She said, I guess correct, but most important is not the number, it is the health benefits. Yes, it is. My foot does not hurt. You know how much better that felt this morning to hop up and go, woohoo! My foot doesn't hurt. The top of my foot doesn't hurt. That was the weirdest pain. Do not know what that was. Don't know what it was. And yes, Sylvia, I will post it on the closed group too. Don't know what that top of the foot pain was. Never had that before. But anyway, that's gone. Like, it's feeling great right now. I'm actually standing here barefooted. And Loretta, I'm going to stay on some form of this. So, yeah, I'm standing here barefooted. Foot's not hurting at all. So, you know, so those health benefits are amazing. And Michelle, the blog is www.IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. And I think if you go to the home page of this blog that you can see it. Okay, so I'm going to let y'all go. Alyssa and John are at home waiting on me. It has been a great week. Again, my tummy feels so much better, and I really honestly think that my tummy feeling better is what helped me to get at least 6 hours of sleep every night and wasn't getting up in the middle of the night. You know, wasn't getting up in a hot sweat in the middle of the night. So everybody have a great week. Have a great Memorial Day tomorrow if you are in the United States. If you are watching this on YouTube, it's just youtube.com. Search If You Have an Egg. Then up here, please watch the next video. Pretty please, just for me, watch the next video and go ahead and share it with a friend. If you have not subscribed already, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button and then click on the bell so that you can be notified every time we post a video. Thank you for sharing the blog, the how to get to the blog, my Christy. And if you are on there, let's see. So this is to watch the next video. If you're on YouTube, this is to subscribe. This little button right here is to subscribe, and the little button over here is to order a spread shirt. This is one of these spread shirts. So this is available in any color that you want on any type of t-shirt because the Egg Lady told me to. So the Egg Lady told you to ask your family for help, and let's get our behinds back in this. Yeah, so because the Egg Lady told you to, we're all going to have a great week. So everybody have an awesome and amazing week. I'm going to run home and see my family, but I will see you all next week. And I enjoyed it, and I had so much fun this week, and thank you all for being patient while I did this. So good night, and I'll see you next week. Good night. Thanks for being here.